Excuse me. Almost choked.
That would have been, I don't know, despair or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're back.
Burrito I had, though. Very much not despair.
No. Where are we supposed to go? That way? Okay, cool. Items. Sure. We'll do that.
Well, Hoka, let me ask you an important question.
Whoa. It was a trap.
Really important.
What?
What's your ethical stance on lemon yogurt?
Lemon yogurt?
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, people like lemon tarts. Lemon's cool.
Hey, that's good. Lemon yogurt likers are all hopeful.
It's been a while since I've had a lemon tart. Wait, they're all posing. Why do we always have to hurt the ones we love?
My friends.
Damn it.
Do it, Paul Helco. You have to pull the trigger. I can't.
Alright!
They went out doing what they loved.
Being obnoxious.
Do another quick save.
Well, this is upsetting.
Are you really planning on going back?
Stay down. Future Foundation, whatever. Put your own Deshare Zone caption here, kids.
Despair, more like bullshit.
Tired, can't think.
There's no point in being here.
I don't like that we got 3 of those in a row.
What could possibly happen? Wait, before we do that, I should remember how to go Genocider.
How to go Super Saiyan?
Yeah. There we go. It's C.
Good. Can't believe you drowned those poor Earth sign, Hohoka.
Well, you know what? I don't care.
Well, no shit, dingus. Gun is the ultimate power of man, but I can mantle that and it not work. Yeah.
Oh, good. There's nothing on that other side. I was
Good.
hoping we wouldn't have to go all the way back.
Well, as long as this is gonna go, we gotta pick our battles, or hope that they're picked for us.
Yeah, I'm not liking the vibe I'm getting.
Wah.
Where's Shirakuma? Hello?
Well, bye.
Hey, you too! Yay! Yay! You made it back safe! I'm glad.
Oh, I hate how this thing.
Now
I hate the
wanna hear
noises
the
this
whole
thing makes when it
story.
moves.
But first, welcome back. Come, leap into my arms.
Jeez, this guy developed a taste for hugs fast.
Come on, don't be modest. Do it! Do it!
Yeah, I guess I can. I haven't taken a bath for a while, so I might be a little sticky.
Oh, how about you comb out your hair, take a bath, and change your clothes and undergarments first?
Jeez, pushy. Why don't I just wrap myself in a bow for you too?
Well, I was trying to do a dirty joke since usually I'm very clean. As a change of pace.
This is just me.
Oh no.
Anyway, you two must be tired.
Oh.
Why don't you just rest
All
for
of these
a
jokes
while?
about wanting to fucking murder that bear just took a
With the
real
mood in
uncomfortable
here,
turn.
I don't think
Huh?
I could sleep even if I wanted to. Aside from you, everyone seems unwelcoming.
That's not it. They're just shy. I mean, not just one, but two girls in school uniforms? That's enough to make a man's heart burst. I've heard that you only appreciate being high school age after you've graduated high school.
I don't.
Hey everyone!
I don't
Aren't
like
you glad
this
these
stupid
young girls
fucking
came
bear,
back to us?
like, getting incredibly horny.
See?
Yeah, I don't like the
Totally
horny
welcome.
arc.
What the hell are you talking about? Are your ears busted or something?
Hey, Shirakuma, thanks for the offer, but I really don't feel like resting right now. Kamaru, what happened? Did the connection not work? No, the connection worked fine. But I'm just not sure Future Foundation is going to come through. I see. So that's why you're so down. I'm sorry. Do you want me to pat your head?
No,
Pat her head?
absolutely
How
not.
many heads have you crushed with a hand like that?
Like I said, I don't do anything like that. Yeah.
I don't get
I
horny.
trust you, Shirakuma. You're the only one I can trust anymore. Hey, Shirakuma. What should I do now? I don't know what to do anymore. To tell you the truth, Haiji and the others are in a conference discussing exactly that. Why don't you go on in and join them? Huh?
But that's not a good idea. Have you already forgotten you ignored his warning and went to Toa Tower?
Oh, that's It's nothing. That was just a small misunderstanding. To stop these out-of-control kids and free the mistreated adults. I didn't really think it through that far. No, really. I know you can do it. Huh? Rather, you have to do it.
What are you saying? She's the complete opposite kind of girl you want for this.
This is Armageddon, and we gotta band together and destroy that kid asteroid. Come on, our future is in there.
Jeez, what's wrong with him?
Are you alright?
This guy was the one shouting at the monitor before. Something about his wife?
So, how did he end up like this?
Oh man, I love corporate manifestos telling us why they saved us.
No, Toa Corporation is great. Haven't you heard?
I'm sure they are,
I
buddy.
thought I heard a strange noise earlier. It's okay though, right? We aren't found out?
It's going to be just fine.
I sure hope so, but I really do feel like I can hear them. Their laugh. It's going to be all right. Sure it is, right?
It's gonna be fine.
Hey, let's go talk to Hagakure's thirsty-ass mom.
Yeah, that's right. We've got more wanted things.
Yo, Coco and Fufu. Heard you went outside.
Never say that again.
Well,
Never.
I figured you would. How should I put it? There's something different about you two compared to these people.
You have
So I
textures and features.
Probably brought it up last time, but this lady also does the voice of Jury from Street Fighter,
What do you mean?
and I kind of just
How can I
can't.
say it? The air around you, it's different. You two are always facing forward. But in here, the air is getting heavier and heavier. Everyone's stressed. Stuck in a dark and moldy place like this, how could you not be? Anyway, you went outside. Can you tell me about it? Did you get some kind of clue about people with wristbands?
I know that not everyone does the fighting game, so I put an image of that character in the chat.
What's going on? So cruel.
Toko, I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Hey, hey! Hey,
Put the
hey!
image in our chat for you, Paul.
So we can't show her the things? Because we're
Some
fighting?
bad things are about to go down.
Hmm.
Time to renew our bonds through shared violence.
It doesn't matter if they're just kids. We have to kill them before they kill us.
But the kids have those Monokumas on their side. We have to do something about them first.
What do you mean by that?
It's
What's
like
going
I
on,
said,
Michelle Ruff?
we have to take them out somehow.
I'm at my wit's end here. If I stay underground another minute, I'm gonna
What's
lose
up,
it.
Matt Mercer?
Their spider senses are all tingling.
I'm telling you, without a plan, a fight right now is far too risky.
Haiji, as leader, what do you think?
I have everyone's lives in my hands. There's no way I'd put you all in danger. I'm completely against a suicide attack. even for those who are prepared to die.
So you want us to just stay here? You're telling us to spend our lives in this shitty place, constantly afraid of those kids?
My principle is to not waste lives. As a leader, I cannot accept a plan that defies that.
But...
I'm not telling you to stay here forever. I'm just saying now is not the right time. Does anyone else have any ideas?
Haiji, is it alright if these girls join the conference after you guys take a break? Hello.
You two? Why are you two here? I already told you, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Now, it's not the time to argue. You guys have to get along, especially at a time like this.
Regardless, this conference is over.
No, not yet. It's not like you've considered all the options yet, right? Remember the idea I brought up before? Did you consider that?
I already told you, it's impossible.
I understand how you feel, but...
Hey, what exactly are you guys talking about?
It's about persuading the children.
Persuade? That's your idea? It's obviously a little late for that, don't you think?
But you guys are all humans. You can come to an agreement with words instead of violence.
You really
Oh,
think
man.
monsters like those kids can be reasoned with?
I bet they'd kill us the moment we showed up to treat with them.
Plus this group here, there can't be peace with those kids. You know what they've done.
But still, why don't you at least try? It's like Shirakuma said, we're all humans.
Did you already forget who we're dealing with? Remember what that PE punk showed us?
Just because they gave birth to us and raised us, they thought they could control us all. As hero, I hunted them down and let everyone go free.
Those brats don't even care about family. Things like persuasion? It will never work.
That's right. They're not human, they're demons.
And not just that, even if we tried to use family to persuade them, it's not possible. The survivors here don't have any children anyway.
Huh? Wait, you mean everyone here doesn't have any kids? But there's so many adults here.
It's probably not a coincidence. Those kids are focusing on parents first.
Why?
Who knows? They have a deep-seated hatred of the ones who raised them. It's messed up. It's impossible to persuade a group like that. I'm completely against the idea.
But if fighting is impossible, and persuasion is impossible, what are you going to do?
Didn't I already say it? The best plan is to just wait for a while for a good opportunity.
And exactly how long is this for a while?
I don't know. But now's the time to toughen up and endure it.
You say wait and endure. You're just repeating the fact you're not gonna do anything.
You're an outsider. How could you possibly understand? I am the leader of this resistance. I have to think about the lives of everyone here.
What resistance? A useless leader like you? You're even more of a burden than this chick.
What did you say?
Hey! You too?
You don't think about others and just say whatever you want. You're no different than those kids.
You're the one who's a child. Complaining, not even doing anything.
If you don't like the way I lead, then you can leave. No one is going to stop you.
You don't have to tell me twice. I'm leaving. But I know you're wrong. Let's go, Omaru.
You're the one who's wrong, Toko.
Huh? What are you saying?
You don't understand. You don't understand the feelings of the weak at all.
I'm not blaming them for being weak. I'm blaming them for using it as an excuse.
That's exactly my point. The reason they don't do anything is because they can't build confidence. I would know. You're someone strong, with talent, chosen for Hope's Peak Academy and Future Foundation. You don't know how people like me feel. You don't know what it's like.
I don't understand what it's like to be weak? You think I'm chosen? You must be kidding. What's so great about me, huh? I'm a walking inferiority complex. I don't have confidence. I never have. But what's going to change if I just keep saying that? Using that as an excuse every day? I learned that from the killing. I suffered for it. but I did something about it. So for you to say that I was just chosen, like I had nothing to do with it, I won't allow it.
Please, wait, guys! Oh, fighting...
Emergency! Monokumas are attacking us!
Take the marbles out first, dude.
Huh?
Oh no.
God, I love these movies.
What? Why are there Monokumas here? How did the children find out about this place?
That's not important right now. Just run!
Maybe we should run too.
Wait! Please, protect everyone! Protect? If this keeps up, everyone will be killed! I beg you, please! We need you!
Now's not the time to argue. If we don't fight, our lives are in danger too.
Fine. Please, save everyone! Everyone's going to be killed!
How did the Monokumas get here?
Fast track now!
Now's not the time to worry about that!
No! Stop! I don't want to die!
Forgive me! I'll do anything!
Oh wow, this lock-on is terrible.
Yeah, it seems really bad.
No! Please stop! Are they... Tragedy!
Until I see my parents in Makoto, I can't die yet! No! It just won't stop!
It's going to be okay, Kamaru. Just a little bit more. Do your thank you for saving everyone.
Oh no. Please don't make them get up.
This is terrible. This is so cruel.
This is your fault.
Huh?
This whole time, I've been so careful keeping this place a secret. I convinced people to stay underground. Stay hidden so they couldn't be followed. But after all that, this happens. The only explanation is that they followed you! You brought them here!
We did?
When you contacted Future Foundation, the kids must have honed in on you. They tailed you, and you brought them right back here. It's all your fault! You did this to all of us!
But that's not fair. I didn't want this to happen. Oh, wait. These two protected us, didn't they?
If they never came back after their stupid mission, this place wouldn't have been ambushed.
That's a baseless accusation. You're just making an assumption.
Well, as long as I'm assuming, I guess I'll go one further and say you guys are spies for the kids.
That's not funny. What could we possibly gain from that?
I remember an old folk tale about a war between birds and beasts. By using the face of both bird and beast, the bat played both sides. But because he couldn't get too close to either, in the end, the bat ends up alone.
What are you trying to say?
Bird or beast? I wonder which side you're on.
Okay, that was an awkward-ass bit of dialogue.
That was a bad translation.
This again! Please, make it stop! Why? Why now?
What is that?
What, you're asking me? Don't act like you don't know.
I don't like where this is going.
Lock him up.
Please, let go of me!
Damn it! They take away my stun gun, then they stuff me into this dusty room. It's all her fault. I hope she chokes on a fish she caught herself. Oh, I guess I don't want her to actually die. Ugh. I gotta focus on Master Byakuya now. Not that stupid idiot. I can't just stay trapped in a place like this. I gotta hurry and save I gotta save... That was close. I was about to sneeze there. Ugh, I can't take this dust anymore. I gotta find Umaru. Yeah, seriously. Why am I thinking about her at a time like this? So irritating.
When you contacted Future Foundation, the kids must have honed in on you. They tailed you, and you brought them right back here. It's all your fault!
It's all my fault. He's right. If I didn't insist on coming back here. And if I had just tried harder, if I were a better person, I couldn't do it. Because I'm weak. It's just like Toko said. I'm so weak. I kept saying, I can't do anything. Always relying on others. I never even thought about saving others. And now this happens. Sneak, sneak! Sneakity sneak!
Excuse me?
Tra-la-la! Why, hello
Oh, no.
there!
Not you.
My name is Kotoko Utsugi. I'm the fighter in the Warriors of Hope, formerly known as Lil Ultimate Drama. Open sesame! Woohoo! Sorry for the intrusion. Thank you very much. Phew! I reached way back for that reference. I had to deal with baby boomers all the time, so my get. And speaking of old, oh, I can't think of any follow-up. My heart is racing faster than 16 shots a second. Yeah, I already know what you want to say. You were gonna tell me a fighter should be a boy. And speaking of boys, I've heard some people say that slugs don't have a gender. But actually, slugs have people who go around spreading half-assed lies.
Okay, I am sick of you already.
Fighter punch!
Oh.
That's That's what I told them. That I didn't want to be I mean, I am real.
Oh my god, can we please move on?
You good at health and physical Is that even a subject you can be good at? There are no girls who dislike health. That's my theory anyway. What? Truth is, I'm actually here to hunt you down. But I changed my mind. What? It's not like my feelings about demons have changed any. I still want to kill them all in the most
Be back.
Like,
we missed
example,
you.
Drowning them in a septic tank. But that's not even enough. I hate them with full power. But anywho, despite my hatred, the reason I let you escape was because you are super adorbed. Huh? I love adorable things. I can love everything adorbs, from closets to toilet seats. So, I'm gonna let an adorable girl like you go. Really? There is one catch. You're the only one allowed to leave. Four Eyes over there is not cute at all. What? But shh, keep it a secret, especially from the sage Nagisa. He's super strict with rules. Nagisa says I can't even drink soda during meals. It's not my fault the food is so tasteless. Tells me to drink milk, even if I'm eating cereal. It's like drinking curry soup with your curry. Anyway, let's go. Go on, get out before those chumps notice. But I can't be the only one to go. I can't just abandon all the people here. Oh? Something wrong? Is your red flower blooming? Or maybe you just like locked rooms? Like you're a murder mystery enthusiast? I can't just leave Toko behind. Well, I can understand a little hesitation. Why don't you just leave the cell for now? Come on, just step on out. Girls are more adorable if they're a teensy bit selfish. And now... Hi-ya! This is a denture launcher. So how about it? Pretty sweet machine, right? The smooth shaft, the... It's so adorbs, I just can't stand it! Ah, by the way, my dad was a dentist. And also, Papa was always cheating with his dental assistant. But I guess he had an inferiority complex, because he always role-played as a brain surgeon.
Is there an off switch on you?
No, I don't think there is.
Yes, a great daddy indeed. Neglecting his business and making me earn money instead. A perfect papa who I could kill over and over and over, and it still wouldn't have been enough. What is this? I can't move. Ooh, your sleepy face is super adorbs. I bet your face is cute even halfway through swimming a stroke. However, being adorbs isn't always a good thing. Cute girls go through terrible things. And if you're adorable too, you have to protect yourself. On your own. If you can't, you have to take whatever they give you. It's a shitty rule, but I didn't make it. Adults did. So be prepared for that life. Toko.
Was someone just talking about me?
Akia must have been talking about me. I wonder what he's doing.
Wait, what is carved into her leg?
Jeez,
Oh, that's just a small bit of blood, and now she's gone wild.
I can't just stay put here. I gotta get out of here and help Master out. Hey, Dekomaru! Let's go see Master now. If you are of use to me, I'll buy you ramen. I'll even add seaweed for you as a top. Hey, she ain't here. Now that's committing to a joke. though. Her scent's still here. Did she perhaps run away on her own? Is that like a GPS for Dekomaru's wristband? I see. This'll be good for tailing her. Anyway, you want me to chase after her, don't you? But why are you giving this splendid gift to an enemy like me? Is it perhaps that the other me has some annoying plan hidden up her sleeve, huh? Well, doesn't matter. Our goal is probably the same anyways. Now then, let's begin with the motivation!
Please, no! Please stop!
No, not gonna happen!
What is this?
Come on, come on, come on!
I don't like this.
Oh, good.
Oh no.
Oh, good.
I don't. Oh no. Oh no. I don't. Y'all.
Uh,
Oh no. I don't.
Time to begin the motivation!
Please, no! No! No more!
I'm pretty sure this is an iOS game too.
Well, this was originally on the Vita, so.
Forgive me!
I don't like this.
No!
This is actually probably the most uncomfortable thing we've.
Yeah, probably. You did this, Seth. This is your fault.
Shit. Don't act like you would not have done this, even if I weren't here.
If you weren't here to help me, then I wouldn't have done it.
You would have played it just on your own.
No, that's not true.
Don't lie to me.
Okay, we did it.
My, you're persistent. You're going to be slowly but surely motivated.
Please! Enough already!
Ooh, you're so sexy! I've heard women are the best just before they're ripe.
Oh my god,
But
please.
when they're ripe, they become demons.
Stop it! Why are you doing...
That's what I always asked. I asked them many, many times. The answer was always, because I'm cute! I'm not a bad girl. This is just payback for what happened to me. If you think this is wrong, then what the adults did to me is wrong too, right? And if that's the way it is, there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh no, not more.
Oh god,
But then,
fucking
by the
damn it.
way, this is the opposite of child porn, so it's a-okay to put in a video game. No problem.
Shut it down. Shut this down.
Is it wrong for a kid to be doing this? But it's wrong for adults to be doing this too,
Shut
right?
all of
Both
this
are
down.
no
We're
good.
done here.
If you're slapped on the right cheek, slap them on the left as they... No!
It's like it wants to be commentary, but then... Ugh. Anyway, if we have to go through if we have to go through that to get to Genocider chapter, that's fine.
No, it's not.
Is GPS broken or what? It's going like 35 miles an hour! Oh, why is it so fast? Is the Earth spinning away without me? Huh? Bingo! I see, so that's it. Oh, monorails are a first for me. Totally pumped me.
Anyway, we get to blow some shit up.
Robot versus serial killer, huh? Oh, Miss Toko should write it in her. Bye-bye, Monokuma.
Oh, what are these specials?
We gotta fight. Yeah, there we go.
Forgive me.
I know there's another special.
You gotta get all of them.
Welcome to my world.
That child knows this isn't going good place.
So long since I've been in such a hot ride. Though I'd rather ride master.
I got
Okay,
a
that's-
lot more. Oh man. Good look for it.
Forgive me.
I'm really trying to remember what the second special button is.
Monokuma.
I think it's just like kind of an area of effect.
There we go. It's weird, it's Control and C.
Give me a round of applause. Run!
I mean, this is nice. You just get to blow shit up.
Haru, are you done yet? I want to slice up some pretty boys.
That's my favorite line.
Rain falling down. Give me a round.
Aaron Fitzgerald is having so much fun.
I know.
I want to carry me up some pretty boys. Oh, I love it. Oh, cool.
Oh, cute.
Hey, you can't get up after that.
And then I'm excited. I feel like Genocider here has got some sense, and it's gonna fuck some people up for what we had to endure with Mario.
Toko? Oh my. Am I interrupting something? No, it's not like that. Please save me. I will not let you. Huh? Adorable girls deserve
Get
punishment.
this filth out of my goddamn
Girls who aren't
face.
adorable deserve even harsher punishment. Hey, I ain't ugly. I'm just way below average. You're plenty ugly enough. You're so gross, sticking out your tongue like that. Not adorbs at all. Well, no shit. I'm not. Think so highly of yourself. You're the type of girl no one invites to a sleepover.
We gotta hit her with fever time.
Oh, I see.
We gotta give this small child a haircut.
What? Grade schoolers are brutal.
I don't like where this is going. Yet again.
No, don't update the sprite. Wait, did it not connect because of the teeth?
Is this a special animation just for this character?
So indecent! No! Pervert! Perverted to the extreme!
I'm... Gosh fucking damn it.
You didn't remember this, did you?
No, I didn't.
Well, you remember now.
Never gonna leave me, huh?
At least we still get the tooth thing.
I'm
That's
actually
funny.
18, but this is really too much!
This is too much.
It's a lot.
Oh my. Shooting blanks, are we? Then again, you were never... How vulgar! Hey, don't make that face, or else...
Oh. Oh god.
Whoa there. You better stay put. If you don't, my hand might slip, and then I go snip, snip, snip! Jeez. Now don't go getting captured by some little runt!
I thought you wouldn't come. I mean, right after we had that fight.
Fight? What the hell are you talking about? I just want to save Master Byaku.
Toko, I was so scared!
What's this unexpected girl-on-girl
Please stop.
development? Whoa there, lady!
Please
I
stop.
ain't got that kind of taste! Get off me!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried to leave you. I tried to run away. And I said such horrible things like that you don't have any friends. I'm sorry.
I have no right to accept that apology.
Huh?
You seriously are stupid. Why the hell are you trusting a serial killer?
What happened?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Satisfaction!
Oh.
What is going on here?
Let's just go for now. It would be a hassle to explain.
Yeah, okay. I don't really get it, but I definitely don't want to be down here anymore.
Yeah, same, Toko.
Kamaru Naegi? More like Kamaru Naegi.
Oh, come on. That wasn't even clever.
I think that's a good place to... Is there a ducky toilet? No?
No, we
That
gotta
would've-
see this through.
Yeah.
We've got to see this through. Because if we don't, I can't come back to this. Jesus.
Oh. Okay, directly into boss fight. I see where you're going with this.
Thank God.
Thanks to you, I did manage to get myself a new outfit, but you wrecked the moving fighter castle. I feel furiously angry. You have seriously made me mad.
Your face doesn't really match up with what you're saying.
This is acting, after all. inside my heart, I can't help but feel unlucky. Speaking of unlucky, you really should have let me motivate you a little more. You could have felt so good. Your mind would have been blown. You'd become so twisted.
I don't want that to happen.
Oh? You're going to abandon the responsibility of being a Dorbs? That's not fair! Being a Dorbs means being an object of jealousy, being called ugly bitch, or told to die. If that doesn't happen, being a Dorbs just isn't worth it.
I think what you're describing is called undue resentment. And another thing, Omaru is not as cute as you say she is. She's like slightly above average.
I'll take that.
Undue resentment? No. This is the work of demons. All I wanted was to be the same as everyone else. A normal kid
I
who
completely
didn't stand
agree with you, DVAC. It is a very NISA translation.
Going to market with me. Well, the guys who wanted that are to blame too. Business with a mother and daughter set? How perverted can adults be? Oh, my mistake. I meant demons, not adults. Seriously, I'm so ashamed of myself for actually listening to what those ugly demons used to say. But everything's changed now. As someone who knows what makes adults happy, I also know the things they don't want. Using what I've learned, I can take down the demons and make them suffer as much as I did.
Not all adults are like that. There are good people who...
Then why didn't anyone save me? If the world is so good, why didn't anyone help me escape? Well, doesn't matter. What I said just now, that wasn't how I really feel. That was acting. Just leave it to the former child acting genius. And a perfect performance is easy as cake. And also, I've been saved by Big Sis Junko anyway.
That name again? I'm sick of hearing that name.
Oh? Does Miss Ugly Glasses over there happen to know Big Sis Junko?
Miss Ugly Glasses? You guys have no idea. You don't know how horrifying that woman really is. You were fooled. I don't know how she convinced you that she was some sweet, gentle girl, but...
Gentle? Gentle? Please! Stop with the gentle! When they're gentle, I get all flinchy. No, I don't want anything but gentle!
What happened to her? This doesn't look like acting.
No! I don't want gentle! I don't want any more gentle! I said anything but gentle. I said, don't ever say gentle! I beg you, no more. Anything but gentle! Don't say you'll be gentle. Please, just hurt me instead. If you say gentle, please be gentle with me. Please kill me instead! With the demon hunting prize money, I'm gonna buy a stork so Monica and I can have a kid! I can't lose! I won't lose!
This robot has to have a weak spot somewhere, right?
Let's try to find it.
Dance!
Oh, whoops.
I'm on the fast track now.
I'm so glad you broke silence.
Wanna be gentle with me? I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
Here's the weak spot.
Oh,
Hiding
sorry,
under the
Toko.
armor.
Oh, it's on the front.
Wanna be gentle with me? I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
Oh, God. I think we need to leave those alive to facilitate kind of the chain lightning effect on that thing.
Yeah. The only thing is the axe wasn't in the water.
Of course. No, the chain lightning will affect multiple enemies. Like, we'll hit nearby enemies, so we don't have to worry about the water.
Oh, I see.
Special attack! Mega
Oh.
Well.
Fire it now. Never mind.
I thought I had to hit a Monokuma with it.
Mega piston!
I think we can do both.
Oh, of course.
Even without a magic circle, spinny, spinny! Hey, that gun is totally cheating! You can't use it! It's against the rules!
Well, how was I supposed to know that rule? You guys came up with them.
You sure have gotten mouthy.
Yeah, so this is the point where we.
Damn.
Mega tornado!
Yeah, we gotta.
Turning, a swiftly tilting world. Special attack, mega.
I think even if it gets the. I think even if it gets the, like, we can do the axe in the water, or we can get it close to the Monokuma and then fire paralysis.
We can try it. Although it looks like I have my chance now.
Even without a magic circle, spinny, spinny. Filthy demons get grinded, raided, flushed down the toilet.
Where's knockback?
I don't even think they're. No, never mind. I don't. I'm still.
It's okay. I'll take over from here.
I trust you, Polo. I'm just trying to. I have to talk, or else it catches back up with me.
Yeah, the axe has to be down.
Oh. Oh shit, I thought I was creative.
You are creative. You're just wrong.
That's my new favorite thing. Pardon me for expecting this to work like a Kojima game. Knock him down.
Yeah, but I gotta be out of the water.
Turning, a swiftly tilting world. Why? Am I about to lose to a demon? Kids can't win against adults.
Oh, that one what? Can't believe we won.
Going to get you to talk. Where is Master Byakuya?
What are you doing to that child?
How immature of you. No, I guess it is rather demonic in a way. Ganging up and abusing a child. It's like a special skill all you adults have.
Nagisa!
What? Abuse? You guys are the ones who started all this.
All we want is a peaceful paradise. Where children can live without fear.
Don't make me laugh. You've been using those Monokumas this whole time to murder adults.
She's right. If all you wanted was a peaceful paradise, you shouldn't have done it like this.
There is no other choice. We must kill them. If we allow them to live, our paradise will be undone. And if that happens, we will be forced to endure our pain once more. Nothing will change. We can never be at peace until we have wiped out every single one of them. So we have to kill the demons to protect our world.
That sounds like something from a damn video game. Have you lost your mind, kid?
Yeah, you're probably right. We've all gone mad. Masaru, Jotaro, Kotoko, Monica. We're probably all insane. Broken. But whose fault is that? The adults are the ones who broke us.
Nagisa.
You want to hear the truth? We're scared. We're all terrified of the adults, hearing their footsteps, sensing their presence. We can't help but feel scared. Completely terrified. As long as adults exist, we cannot rest. We cannot live in peace. At this point, the damage is irreversible.
I figured that something like that was behind all of this. And I do pity you. No matter how pitiful you are, it doesn't mean that you can hurt others. To just treat them how they treated you, that's just going to make everyone equally miserable.
So you're saying we should just take it? You're saying we should abandon all hope?
Hope?
No, it's fine. Let's end this already. I want you to leave this town.
Huh?
You want to run away, right? You want to escape the city, right? Then I will let you leave. Satisfied?
Nagisa, are you sure?
It's my decision. As leader.
But what about Monica?
I'll persuade her.
Hold on. Are you seriously saying you're just gonna let her go?
Until you two arrived, our revolution was progressing smoothly. I don't want you to interfere.
I'm glad New
any
World
longer.
Order is here.
Yeah.
It's
Please,
comforting.
just get out of here. Stay away from us, please.
Just pick up your ball and go home.
Alright, all done. Yay! Monica's very own special made magic circle.
Oh, you're awfully chipper.
Well, of course. Everything is going
All of these
swimmingly.
things need to be just made into really good gifts.
Like, how is she doing that? I don't see any motor.
I feel like this is more implausible than the giant death robot we just defeated.
We've reached the singularity. The perfect momentum.
Oh, Hoko?
Yeah?
Is this despair? Is this it? Are we remnants of despair now?
Sick wheelies. Oops. We got a spinner.
Are we?
Spin, spin, the world is spinning, and Monica's at the center. Everything is all thanks to my wonderful allies, playing their part and doing their best.
Looks like time's
Waiting.
winding down. Just a little bit longer and we'll have a brand new successor on our hands. A second generation Junko and Ashima, huh? Well, things are getting pretty interesting around here.
Take us out, Byakuya.
You carried yourself quite well. Almost like a cat.
Oh shit.
Very well. I shall be your master. We'll need a collar and cat ears for you. And as a reward, I'll even let you sit on my lap.
Good. I'm glad that our little mishap...
I'm glad that Indestructible Cat is here to this.
I'm glad that Imaginary Byaki is still pleased with us.
Hell yeah. Oh.
Are we out of the woods, Seth?
Yeah, we sure fucking are. We sure fucking are. Oh.
Achievement unlocked. You merely broke my life.
Alright. Oh, I feel we probably need to debrief on what just happened.
Do we, though? Do we?
Do we just...
Okay, you start. You start.
Please, just leave this scene.
Let Nagisa talk for a minute while I collect myself.
I don't know. Should we just cut it here, though?
Yeah, you know what? That's
I feel like this would be a good pickup point for the next time.
Agreed.
But we could debrief, though. Like, this chapter
yeah.
as a whole, Toko was great as usual. Kamaru's good as usual. I don't like Kotoko. I don't like Kotoko's chapter.
I don't like anyone.
I mean, I talked about this, but on the one hand, it wants to be serious and be like, okay, this is really actually messed up, but then they make all the jokes.
Yeah, so like we have this entire moment of like really vicious sexual abuse, and also Genocider is here to take clothes off of this child.
Yeah.
So it's been a hot minute since I've especially played the other Danganronpa games, and I haven't finished V3 yet, so I don't know like how it handles any of its tone shifts or anything. But like this game, we've both said it. This game really tries to. It wants to. I feel like I don't even feel like necessarily it's trying to tackle serious subjects more so than I think that it's like they're meant to be as a punch up for what's going on.
A punch up?
So, what punching up is kind of what is kind of for. It's a term used for when like you hire a comedian to take a joke and kind of make it a little more raunchy, or make it like do a second run on it and kind of spice it up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And like I feel like, especially with the game or with the other games, like attacking the concept of despair and like what we as a humanity deal in the concept of, yo, you're all killers and all nightmares and all monsters, no matter what, so this is just an inevitability. And like I feel like this game wants to just spice that up a little bit more. I really do agree with what D-Back is saying in the chat, that there's a lot of this is just like, yeah, you're supposed to feel real guilty about that. I see a really strong case for that. Completely agree.
I mean, it seems like it wants to be commentary, but then it just doesn't commit to it. Or it wants to make the commentary, but then it wants to be jokey with a character that is being played as a joke. That's the thing. Kotoko is played as a joke character.
Yeah, she really is, and then like she's this joke character that also just we hit in the knees with a baseball bat.
It's like, what if you had a clown at your party, but the clown also had PTSD?
That's actually a really good analogy for all of this.
Like, what if he can't look at a cream pie and he just gets really scared?
Another thing I will very much agree with D-Vac, who has had better things to say about this probably than I do, because for an English major, I can only talk in laughter. I do agree that like maybe are people who abuse children bad, and I guess it's like a side eye to the, hey, Japanese young idol industry is real fucked up and bad.
Yeah, like I could go on about, like, I know that we have our own kind of unique brand of messed up celebrity culture. Like, it's kind of fucked up here too, but I am comfortable in saying that it's fucked up in Japan too. Like,
well, you know, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to talk over you.
It's fine. It's just this idea of, we kind of have this a little bit here too, where it's like these idols or the celebrities or whatever are supposed to be these perfect people, where if I've said it before, it's like I really wouldn't wish a celebrity lifestyle on my worst enemy, because everything you do is constantly under scrutiny, and it's like you can't really even have a normal life anymore. But with the Japan idol culture, I want to say it even goes beyond a step further, because you can't do things like you can't ever be seen with, like, you can't have a boyfriend. You can't announce that you have a boyfriend, but you can't really even be seen with boys, because then it's like that ruins the pure perfect image. You can't smoke. You can't. There's like a list of things that you just can't do, and if you do them, you're expected to be contrite and be publicly shamed, and just it's really messed up.
I mean, if you want a really good example about that was Twitter this week. Aya Hirano, who was an idol and anime voice actress, had her entire career ruined because she was hooking up with her bassist. Meanwhile, you know, the author of Rurouni Kenshin literally collected and trafficked child pornography.
Yeah, that hit you pretty hard, didn't it?
That was a lot. Like, that's an entirely different discussion that, while kind of has the briefest association with went through, is not something I really emotionally have the strength to go through right now, and B, want to derail what we're going through right now on. But just like in that thing is like, especially for women in that industry, and especially younger women, which is like what we're dealing with, and it's something that's maybe come up recently in conversation in regards to some of the later developments of Tokyo Mirage Sessions and a certain character. Like, women in that industry get treated really fucking bad, and they're not held to, like, it's real fucked. And I don't want to slap. I think it's really disingenuous, and also really disingenuous to the problem that is going on. And in a way, like, I think that Japan culture is really sexist. LOL is a really shitty way, and a way that devalues some very vicious things that innocent people are going through.
Well, yeah, in general, blanket statements like Japan is fucked up, LMAO. I mean, that's it really is. It's an infantile view, and it really discounts some things that are just a problem in society as a whole. Like, I don't like to make blanket statements, but I mean, in general, there are like a ton of industries where there is a clear double standard. Like, I mean, you see it over and over again, and it sucks.
And this is, you know, I brought up Aya Hirano, and that's all very adjacent to this, because technically we're playing an anime game, voiced by anime voice actor, voiced by, you know, it's really fucking, it's a lot, and I mean this in the nicest way. I think that there are parts of that issue that even, like, I'm pretty fucking clued in, just in the circles I run with, but it's something that I don't think that either of us have the capacity to, like, comment on, other than this is where we are experiencing this weirdness, and this is what we're exposed to, and man, it's real fucking bad.
You might have lost me for a second there.
I lost myself. I'm the worst English major in the world.
It's okay. I mean, getting back to Despair Girls, I still like it. I didn't really... I don't care for Kotoko as a character. I don't like her subplot. I don't care
for any of the Warriors of Light. Like, they've all been... Outside of maybe Masaru, who even then was just kind of... like who was just part of a venue for talking about abuse and also like scatological humor. You know, I don't like any of these, and I just like there are parts of this game that I really enjoy. Like I think this is really good, and I think this is I think we've really had a lot of good character development for Toko, and I like Komaru a lot as a protagonist. Like, there are a lot of things I like about this, but also at the same time, like, there are parts of this game that are just unexcusable.
Yeah, like, sometimes the humor just falls completely flat. But, again, Toko and Komaru are such good characters. Like, any
really
cutscene with them bouncing off of each other is just really good. Sorry, I'm just reading chat.
I've been to, and I think DVAC is making a lot of really good points. And so, Indestructible Cat just brought up like that the writer kind of they need like a better editor, and I don't know a whole lot about V3. I've had like all I know is that game apparently takes a Metal Gear Solid 2-esque twist at some point. I don't know what that
also,
is
I'm just going to put out,
context.
if anybody in chat wants to just pop in and talk to us about what they're feeling, I mean, we're open to it. Just putting that out there.
Like, as I say, Indestructible Cat, if you want to come in, I do think that you've probably got a better... Like, I think both you and DVAC have
like,
way more
we like to have
than maybe I do.
We like to have other views, because I see things simply most of the time.
And I'm a hype man, and I try to be a bit more nuanced and have better understanding of some things, but on the other side of that, like,
you've done your homework here.
I've done my homework, but I think there are people who are better spoken than I am in a way.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as the Warriors of Light go, every cutscene with them, it either drags on really long, or it's just a setup for, okay, what's our next horrible punchline going to be? Is it that, oh, this kid was sexually abused and she's going to, like, spend 5 minutes making a bunch of sex puns? Or is it going to be... I mean, the only one that I really could stomach was Jotaro. And that's really just because he sounds like Bobby Hill to me.
That is a connection. DVAC, we're actually in a group chat right now. If you've got this, Polo.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, okay. Here she comes. Let's how do I add friends to DM? Devious vacuum. Create group DM.
Oh.
That
Man,
should be good, right?
That happened.
Hello.
Hey, DVAC. What's up?
Hi. I gotta say, I thought that this minigame... So, Oren Ronan described this to us when we were recording Visual Novel Book Club.
Yeah, this happened really recently.
What I was imagining and what it was, what it was extremely tame compared to what I was imagining.
What were you imagining? You said you thought it would be scarier.
Yeah, I imagined it, I guess, like, a lot more sinister, like, but it's not really. It's just like, it's like cartoony and kind of silly, and like, it's irreverent, but it's like they don't actually grab her. They're just kind of like, it's more cheaply made with like fewer assets.
I mean, if you look at it on its face, yeah, it's like an iOS game where it's like, oh, here come the magic hands and you got to knock them away. But then it's like, okay, are we really doing this goofy thing where we're talking about, like, molestation and sexual abuse and rape and shit?
Indestructible Cat would like to hop in and have conversation as well.
Oh. I'm not sure if do I have iCat?
I can add him, hang on. Can I?
I think you might be able to.
I can. I sure can, hang on.
Let's just have a big ol' conversation.
I really thought that this game would, like, that mini game and, like, this chapter would be like, oh, like, this is a step beyond the other chapters, but it really didn't feel that way. It feels like, I mean, we're talking about, like, physical abuse and intense neglect. Hello. And sexual abuse, and, like, they're all treated in the same shitty way.
Yeah, I kind of appreciate that the writer seems to be getting more, for lack of a better term, ballsier with each of his games, but I don't feel like he's doing it in a way that's really good.
So this game, I think this game came out after 1 and 2. The way the US released everything is just kind of real scattershot, but I want to say this came out in the post Super Danganronpa 2 phase.
What do you mean, post?
It came out after we had both of those games to kind of realize on, like, I don't think, and I'll do my homework, hang on. I think some of the really bad problems of Danganronpa 2 are evident in this game.
Like where some of the humor just falls completely flat.
And also its capacity to just drag
one point forever.
Beat you into
Yeah,
the earth.
that's a problem the whole series has. I mean, V3 had that still had that problem of one plot point dragged out for way too long, like to make get it, and then you're bored with it by the time
I would
it's
say
done.
this game is good for redeeming what I thought was the worst character in the game, like the first game, which is Toko.
Just for context, this did come out after the first 2 games, but before 3 and V3.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's just that she feels a lot less one note and more like an actual character.
Toko is, again, I will say nothing but nice things about what they did with Toko in this game.
Toko went from problematic fave to incredibly good character.
I like Toko. I mean, she has weird views, but, like, that's part of the character. She's a very interesting character.
I just like her attitude.
Her sexuality contrasted with the fact that this is a game about abused children seems like a weird choice. The thing I think that I find Toko's infatuation with Byakuya, like, hilarious. I don't know. It's just, there's just something about it that is very funny, and I think it's not, like, it's not treated, I guess, like, I don't know, I feel like maybe back in 2009 we would have all been like, that's too creepy, but now I'm like, whatever, girl.
Actually, getting into fan circles in general, the discourse, especially in regards to character relationships, is there are some views where it's kind of like the Joker Harley thing, where it's like, this is a completely...
Nothing should ever be that. I reject it.
Yeah,
like that is a legitimate abusive relationship where, like,
that's a traditionally abusive relationship too. Like, it goes way back to when, no.
And yeah, and there's people that have those kind of complaints about Toko Byakuya. And it's like, that's not really what that is, though. I mean, this is funny.
The way I interpreted it, at least just through my own weird thing, is like,
oh, you just got raided.
Yeah, you just came in at the end when you came in. You came in during climax resolution, where we're all winding down and talking about.
They're all pushing the nut button, which is doubly inappropriate for the chapter we just played.
What just happened?
You know, everyone spamming the nut button, not knowing what's going on, is a very good metaphor for the chapter we just played. In fact, where the writer tried to tackle themes of child sexual abuse and wanted to have their cake and eat it too, and have it be goofy and fun, and also a commentary.
Yeah, that plus just showing, like, giving panty shots and just showing like.
Well, again, it's like every chance they had. Oh, it's Kotoko's panties, but it's also funny, or it's supposed to be funny. It's like look, they're big strawberry bloomers. How could you?
Why did they draw this abused child like she was the reference of the double cheeked up video? Like it's.
Well, that's the whole thing is like it's on purpose, right? Like she's always showing her underwear on purpose. Like it's part of the whole thing. It's saying like this child was sexually abused. That's the theme of her character, and it's taking it to a level that is too far, but I think is intentional.
Well, they also write her to just be
hey,
spouting.
Does this make you uncomfortable?
To be spouting the innuendos and puns and all this other crap.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like
divorced
none of that
from her backstory. I feel like that would be okay, but just knowing her backstory plus all of that is just.
And Divac,
well,
you said
her sexual references, I think, are a very direct reference to children who are sexually abused, like talking that way, like
really,
as a real phenomenon. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, you said that
like
this
having
chapter
inappropriate sexual knowledge too young and sort of like not knowing what to do with it and sort of like talking about it like like that's a real phenomenon.
Wow.
The thing I think the thing I'll definitely say about, especially in regards to her character, is much with everything else, none of this is earned.
Yeah.
Like there's referential stuff in this, and I think there's a very base level of knowledge going on. Like everything that they're hitting with us is just like kind of the most surface level gut punch descriptions of what we've been going through without earning any of that or without having anything really to say about it other than a blanket statement.
Yeah. One line that really stuck with me is right after you finish the first phase of the boss fight, and she says like, "But I'm really 18, so it's okay, right?" So like there's definitely like two layers. Like there's the in-fiction layer of her being an abused child, and then there's the meta layer of like, this is an anime and I know that it's an anime, and I'm calling you, the player, out for potentially enjoying anime that has characters that are drawn as they are underage, but they say that they're not, so somehow it's okay.
Well, there's also that line of, like, this is the opposite of child pornography, so it's okay to put in a video game. And it's like, I don't know what commentary you're trying to make here.
I feel like I think that this is. I think there are parts of this game that are deliberately meant as like a please fuck off to some of the fan base of this, but they just did not like. It's just so sloppy.
Yeah, it's also hard to know what is intentional and what is not from this, because I have no clue what the writer's stance is, so I'm not sure if they're
actually... And and it failed because of that, right? Because like if it was executed better, then you would know a lot more clearly how the larger narrative views what happened, right? And it seems like it should be so straightforward to be like, this is bad, everything that's happening is bad, and we're left being like, did the person writing this like kind of have a thing at the same time, and that's what they were going for, or not?
Well, and also like,
that's
not really. To
come out of this feeling that way is wild.
That's not really a very bold statement either, because child sexual abuse is bad. That's abuse is bad. That.
Yeah, it's very like, it's almost like mocking and all the other kids that we've seen so far. I feel like there's a level of irreverence that makes it feel like you're mocking child abuse, that you're making light of or making fun of real actual things that happen to real human people, and using it as a theme for your game. You know, you're like dressing up with the theme of child abuse, and it's weird. Why would anyone do that?
I'd like, this is a discussion that can be had, but maybe is this a discussion that Danganronpa should be having? Because here's the thing: if this game were any other way, if it weren't stylized and if it didn't have the kind of jokes that it has, then it wouldn't be a Danganronpa game.
I think that if you cut a lot of the jokes out of this, every single depiction we've had gets a lot more uncomfortable and earned. The one thing I'll build up on is I think Indestructible Cat said, like, we really don't know the stance of the author and everything. We don't know that. But if we're going to have to, like, take an assumption based on what we've seen so far, like, this game dances around, like, numerous fetishizations of characters. Like, there's like a very well-defined kind of, like, scatological focus on some of the stuff, like, especially with the toilets and, like...
Well, I thought it was just a funny, weird thing, but then you brought up fetishes, and I was like, oh, well... Thanks.
It doesn't, like, there's, like, a level of fetishization. Like, there's a level of horny in this game that is, like, it may be a deconstruction, but at the same time, like, it's so very bold-faced, and there's so much, like, even not in the context of, like, sexual abuse or with that, like, we've had, how many long talks have we had about Komaru, who, Komaru is like 16 at most. How many fucking conversations have we had about her being voluptuous? How many conversations have we had about, how many, like, close-up shots of her underwear have we had? How many, like...
I don't think that we've had many at all.
Like, right? Like, at what point are we sincerely saying... Like, at what point in terms of making fun or saying these things to show how fucked up they are you just genuinely saying them?
I think there was a line, like, earlier in the game where something like 80% of authors who write books with drugs or something are anime nerds, which I feel like is really self-deprecating and kind of shows what the author is going for.
Yeah, was that meant to be like a shame thing where it's like, if you like this, you're fucking awful?
There's a level of shame in... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was just gonna agree with you. Like, there's definitely... I could definitely read it as, like, an admission of complicit. What's the word? An admission of being complicit and allowing inappropriate content that harms people in the real world to be a part of anime and manga, and, like, being like, well, whatever, who cares? Like, there's, like, definitely, like, I could understand that reading of it, where, like, this underlying theme of, like, I'm also admitting that I'm part of this problem, like, from the developer standpoint. But then what does it do with it? I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
We'll see.
I can tell you right now, to continue on, no. It's been a hot minute since I played this game, but, like, there's no, like, last minute revelation. There's no, like, marginal self-awareness to this. Like, this game has its reputation for a reason, and where we're going is just more kind of, we're gonna go spend some time with Monica, and I'm playing my hand a little bit here, but, like, we're gonna go spend some time, especially now, with Monica and Haji, and, like, a lot of there are talks in some circles, and I think a lot of them are necessarily dishonest about how much this is an act or how much this is something else, but, like, there's some really unfortunate implications with Hachi's character alongside Komaru, and especially, like, the sexualization and some of the way that they handle Komaru and her body, especially, like, come to a fucking head with that character. And it's part of why, like, I definitely feel like, for all the shaming and everything that this game tries to do, and, like, even if it's layered even if it's, like, layered with 4 layers of irony, this game still has, like, a really uncomfortable problem with how it addresses that character and how it is very sexually fetishizing to that character, and honestly how much this game wants to fuck Komaru. Like, that is all coming to a head real fucking soon.
So is this game just a self-hating fetish game? Like, is that like, did the villains come from the fact that this is a self-hating fetishist game? Like, that because I'm starting to see that read of it emerge as well, where, like, with all of this stuff in the game, all this sexual stuff in the game, and, like, self-hating, self-deprecating comments about liking those things and being a pervert, and then the children are, like, the real-life consequences of you wanting, your fetish art, and like, like, it all kind of comes together in this whole, like, I hate myself because I like this kind of media, or I like this kind of questionable art.
I think there's definitely a reading to that, but at the same time, this is fetish art.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I don't think it's intentional. I think it's like somebody, you know, you sat down to make something and this is what came out because this is the problem that you have.
I mean,
it's like if you're a great artist but you can't draw anything but feet.
Yeah.
Well, like,
hey now,
more like
heavyspeed.com is a-okay.
More like how everybody, you know, more like how you set out a row of tarot cards, and the first thing that everybody sees in it is the thing that they're most afraid of seeing.
Yeah. The thing I will say too, and especially about where we're going, is this game was set up, pitched, and sold as like the bridging gap between, like, kind of feel like this is the bridging gap between Danganronpa 1 and 2. So a lot of anything this game possibly could say, if it wanted to, is also about to get undercut by the fact that we still have to kind of set up poorly, mind you, as well, what's going on in Danganronpa 2.
I also, like, even if you agree that it's like a self-deprecating, like, oh hey, this is bad and this is wrong, but we're still doing it, it kind of feels like, well, what can we do? We just have to keep on making it.
It's that problem of, we're gonna do the thing, but we're just gonna point it out and say, hey, look at this, but we're still gonna do it.
I think it's more like I like this, but I feel guilty about it. Like, I think it's it's not like mostly shame. It's mostly I'm gonna keep doing this shit anyway, and then like with the inherent shame built in, and like some extra shame in there to be like, see.
It's an admittance of, I know this is wrong, and then trying.
But I'm doing it anyway.
As an excuse to continue to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, for all the problems it has, I still like this game, though. Because it does, like, for all the stuff that it's doing wrong, or it's creepy, or it just does so many other things right, though.
I mean, the central story is still, like, Danganronpa. I mean, it's still okay to go through. It's just that...
I mean, the style of it, everything is so colorful, and, like, the movies and all this kind of stuff. The voice acting is phenomenal. Well, for some of the characters.
I think that if we, like, grind out maybe some of the more, like... It doesn't excuse it, but I really think that... I think that just getting Kamaru and Toko's story does kind of... Like, getting those two characters, you know, a character who is literally nothing, and then a character that's kind of the butt of the jokes, kind of a explicit fetish to pander to, and also kind of a character that's meant to symbolize, like, it'd be a negative characterization of a, you know, very specific sect of, like, female fans for media. Like, going from this character who's, like, it was just kind of this fucking stereotype and a butt of a joke, and actually turning that character into something that's really enjoyable to hang out with has been, like, probably one of my favorite parts of this game.
Mm-hmm. Like, I want to go back and play the first game just as a comparison, because I've always kind of liked Toko, but I honestly cannot remember what she was like in the... We like Toko.
I mean...
Toko defenders have logged online.
Toko is a cool character. I think there's maybe some gnarly implications, and I think a little bit of just kind of finger wagging towards Fujoshi that she's supposed to represent. But she's cool.
I find her, like, I mean, she's like, her problem is like an over exaggeration of like a deeply relatable problem, though, of like, but it's interesting because I guess she's not. I mean, like, I feel like if she was written by a woman, then it would be different and maybe a little bit more on the nose.
Saya Yamamoto's Toko would be fucking radical.
That would... Anything by Saya Yamamoto would be really good, though.
Because the thing that I find relatable about her is it is this, like, you know, like, someone who is like inexperienced in relationships, who learned everything from romance novels, and that's how she, like, built her conception of how the world works. And also she's a serial killer. Like, that's great. That's a great character.
Dude, yeah, like, and they just kind of hand wave the whole serial killer thing. It's like, oh, yeah, by the way, they don't really focus on that too much.
They managed to take this really vicious serial killer that we hear a lot about in Danganronpa 1 and make it one of the funnest characters. Like, fucking Genocider rules.
Yeah, she does. It's just me having played like Danganronpa rather recently. I just feel like she was also just played one note and has a joke character in that one without actually going into the more deeper stuff they do in this one.
Of the survivors of Danganronpa 1, I think she definitely gets a lot less character development, but I don't know how much character development you could have given her in that game based on what that game wanted to be.
Good times.
Good times. DVAC, I really appreciate you guys coming in and
yeah, we do
good insight, because like you definitely, both of you come from different walks than I think myself and Polo do, and your all's voices and your all's opinions on this were very, like, you guys rule.
Aw. Thanks for having us on to talk about this really uncomfortable game and try to put our feelings into words.
What was it about this game in particular that drew you to it? Because you've been really keen on attending the streams where it was this game in particular.
Yeah, because I guess I was kind of morbidly fascinated by it because I'm still a former Something Awful forum poster, and there's still that part of my brain that's like, how bad does it get though?
I think all of us except for ICAT definitely fucking come from that, because like my entire relationship with this fucking franchise comes from Something Awful.
I never was. I mean, I hang around with a bunch of like ex Something Awful people, but I never was involved.
He's ideologically pure.
Yeah.
Polahoko's too pure for Something Awful anyway.
I mean, the only thing I ever really did was I went and I watched the Flash Tub. That was about it.
Alright, Polahoko, it's time to teach you about the Grover House.
I know. Here's the thing, though. I was never on the forums, but that kind of stuff is just osmosed out into the rest of the internet. So I know about Grover House. I know about Doopy's dogs. I know about what
Johnny
else?
Five Aces.
I know about Johnny Five Aces. I know about Lost Finget post Moat later.
Do you remember Goon Love is the Best Love and the Flask Fucker? That's like my favorite Something Awful memory.
Was the Flask Fucker like it was just somebody who had like a vase full of cum in his closet?
What?
He talks himself into fucking an Erlenmeyer flask, and
oh man, I remember Toxes. I remember Toxes where it's like, okay, you're about to be banned unless we dare you to do a stupid thing, and then you do it.
I know, what a wild time it was to be on the forums in the early 2000s.
Oh god. I was gonna say, I missed a lot of that stuff's heyday, because like I didn't get into that until like I became really into Retsupre. So like I kinda got like the
stuff because I was way too young.
I loved Retsupre.
I mean, you're a goon-ass child, Indestructible Cat, and we love you for it.
Aww. Well, yeah, then Goon Love is the Best Love was, one of the mods, the one with Ape in his name, who was a moderator of EN, he did a dating thread where he was like, all of y'all fuckers keep posting about your relationship problems, so I'll just set you up with each other, and, it wasn't as bad as you would think, because like everybody was sort of socially held accountable for their actions, because both people posted a trip report after it was over. So if you tried anything, like there were like 100 people that were gonna like harass you or call the cops or whatever. But it was very like, you know how
this is a full-on date in the real world.
In real life, yeah, you would send the mod your information, and he would make the match. And if you
my god, it was playing matchmaker.
Information.
It was like like OkCupid beta.
The thing I remember the most is that Cherry Doom was in it, and she had like an awkward date, and I never really asked her that much about it though, because it was so long ago, and she was like, I don't want to talk about that. But like I remember one guy like set up like a fake wedding as the first date, where he like started off by proposing, and they got married in a park, and like as if it were a wedding, with like some of his friends like set up a thing. And
I mean, maybe this is just my perspective, but if I saw that shit, I'd just walk away.
That had to have been they had to have fucking talked that out. And in my heart of hearts, I hope that was like,
It was like 2008, so anything is possible.
Oh god.
Man, but I just still really remember that thread because it was such a bad idea. Everything about it was bad. There was no way it was going to work.
Well,
people could have been hurt. Like, it was so much.
Well, hang on. We gotta have a happy ending here. Surely somebody out of that thread got hooked up with their dream person.
Not.
Have you seen a goon, Paula?
I like to think that
I have... We were all at MagFest. We know what we look like.
I have a little bit of goon in me. I can admit that.
Or Polhoko knows what I fucking look like now because I forgot laptops have fucking webcams.
I don't know if it's as much about looking a specific way because everybody's a nerd. I think we kind of come to the table knowing what to expect. I think it's more of a behavioral thing. It was so awkward. Just the whole pretense of it was so awkward that, you know, and nobody knew how to, no one had any chill. Like, Goon's not known for having chill. So that was the thing.
I remember, like, there was this picture floating around of, like, Lotax at some Goon meetup, and he just has this hateful sneer on his face.
I mean, you know, I'm sure so does God when he looks down upon the earth.
What he's created. It's like, what have I done?
Yeah, but from what I heard, people are weirdly...
Spy Kids quote.
It's fucking Spy Kids.
I pulled out fucking voice actor trivia on this first one, and Indestructible Cat can vouch that I got into a really long discussion about Totally Spies in another stream we did. You knew what you were signing up for.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Aaron Fitzgerald. Aaron Fitzgerald, I love you. You totally sold Kurokuma.
Aaron Fitzgerald is the homie.
Can we talk about the voice acting in this game too? Because
absolutely we can.
The little pink girl's voice acting is bad. It's just that's just
horrendous.
An adult woman. That's just me reading the lines in a high-pitched voice. But also, how the fuck else would you do that if you knew who you were playing?
Yeah, like how else do you approach that script? Well, I guess this is a paycheck.
Like, handle being able to deliver those lines in with more acting than what we saw. I don't know. I don't think anyone should have to do that.
Well, hang on. I don't want to rag on her too bad because she did have the lines where they are obviously meant to be more genuine, and that did come across.
Mm-hmm.
It's a switch that actress flips because, like, when she turns the parts where it was incredibly uncomfortable were incredibly uncomfortable.
So I'm looking up the voice actors, and I'm seeing Jeremy Lay is Komaru.
Yeah.
Huh.
Or no. She's Eden. There are two voice actresses for her because she got recast in. No, it is Jeremy Lee. She's Eden Regal in another one though.
Toko's still over here on the stream, crawling out of her well to shave mankind while we're talking.
I'm just playing around with the stream thing. Here, we need to get them together.
I think I found the wrong Eden Regal. No, I found the right one. Never mind.
Yeah. Also, I heard like a little bit of Monica, who I think I missed in the other streams, but her voice actor doesn't sound that good either.
No.
This has a big problem of kids that are just adults doing a slightly higher pitched voice and like not even really trying. But like, does this game deserve adults who are trying to sound like children instead? It certainly could never have actual children as the voices for anything.
Oh my god, imagine this doing a Charlie Brown thing. Oh god. No.
Okay, Eden Regal is in fact not in this game, and I'm.
It's a good little tableau we got on the stream of Toko and Komaru reacting to.
God, I'm so glad that I have them on the table now.
That was a quality ad.
Sorry. You know what else bothered me? is of course the implication during the groping minigame that Komaru was getting turned on by it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the game over condition was, hey, give Komaru an orgasm, or if you don't stop that, then
Komaru is now your sexual slave.
That's a hell of a game over.
And like 3/4 of those hands were just like around, like they weren't gonna do nothing, and then one of them was right between her legs. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like one was going to her hair, which I don't.
Like 3 of them.
Is that really an erogenous zone? I don't know.
I don't know about you, but when women, when I get my hair touched by a pretty boy or a pretty girl, it's time to fucking go.
This is like, I feel like I've seen memes where it's like pat on the head, and that's like a thing, but.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's, I don't know. I feel like it's like, oh, like pat a cat girl on the head. But that's like way cuter and more innocent than this.
Hang on, let me go pull my friend so he can tell you about fucking Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel and how head padding is the next generation of storytelling.
It's just, yeah, it's just getting back to what we were saying before. It's too much a joke and serious at the same time. It's also like, now that I've sort of switched I've changed my framing of the story in my mind to like, from this is bad, but also like I'm gonna make you feel bad for liking it, to I like doing this, but also I feel guilty about it. Like, everything makes a lot more sense, and I hate it more, and I understand a lot more the anger of it, because it's not, like, you could definitely read it as like, this is not trying to say this is bad. This is simply like this posturing of the requisite guilt required to enjoy all of this.
This is an expression of guilt with no plans.
Requisite guilt is an amazing phrase.
Yeah. I play bass for Requisite Guild. It's a good band.
Yeah. Come to our opener Friday night.
Our opener, Shame and Anime.
Oh my god.
Subreddit.
Like
this is where I'm. This
a
is
black
my
metal
comfort zone, as you can see.
A black metal band where all their songs are about anime.
And being sad about lighting anime. Yeah.
Only if the logo is incomprehensible and can't be understood.
No, the logo looks like like you just took a handful of worms and threw it at a wall.
I love death metal.
It's just a Japanese Dakimura.
But on the Dakimura is a Gibson Les Paul.
Oh my god. Y'all are writing a better game than this one that I would like to play. Anime Shame, the visual novel.
Anime Shame. In this visual novel, you have an anime fixation, but you still have to live.
You're transported back to the year 2008.
Welcome to my game. Welcome to my upcoming visual novel. That's just the good parts of Catherine with none of the gross shit, except it shames you for liking anime. Calls you a drunk.
The thing is, it also feels very outdated because it is older, I guess. But I'm fucking tired of the discourse of like anime is for perverts, and
it doesn't have to be though.
We've literally been arguing about this for like 15 years.
Yeah.
It feels like it's not advancing that dialogue at all.
There's this picture going around of like Evangelion, who's the best waifu, Rei or whoever the hell else is in that show. And then
my answer to that question.
And then the response below is like, you people have been having this same fucking argument for 23 years.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say the answer to is anime only for perverts is no. Utena exists, and that is like almost 20 years old now.
No, Mobile Suit Gundam exists.
No, Samurai Pizza Cats exists.
There's nothing inherent to the media that requires it to be... there's nothing inherent to the medium of animation that requires it to be horny.
That's exactly... animation can be so amazing, but then everything they want to put stuff into their own separate little pegs. Like, we have, anytime you're watching a Western show, it's like, oh, this is an adult animation, and every time it's like, oh, there's just a bunch of fart jokes and
you know, for adults, and they say fuck a lot.
Yeah.
What's good, Seth MacFarlane?
What's good?
What if Danganronpa, but in the art style of Seth MacFarlane shows?
I'm not.
Oh my god!
I'm not gonna bear witness to this nightmare.
Oh my god!
What if part of the American localization of Danganronpa was that they redrew it in Family Guy style, so people would understand it's an adult cartoon?
Hey, Lois, remember that time I fought all those abused kids?
I
feel like it wouldn't.
Violence crimes.
I feel like it wouldn't feel as different as we would want it to feel.
No, you're probably right. The thing I want to double back on, and
so you know, I looked up Danganronpa and Family Guy, and this was the first thing I got.
Hell yes.
No.
What?
Hell yes.
No.
Oh,
okay, that's not
as bad as I thought it would be.
That could have been a lot
No,
worse.
that's
I thought
nothing.
it was gonna be a higher effort redraw.
That's
nothing.
Junko as Stewie is fucking great. Love it.
That is pretty good.
1-to-1.
The thing I will say too, and like, I think that especially in regards to anime is super horny as like a really shitty go-to argument that we keep having. I think that it really distracts away from anime that want to have an interesting conversation about sexuality.
Like, you can do so much with an animation medium. You can do, like, literally, the limit is your imagination. But if you want to take this infantile view of, oh, it's cartoons for pervs, I was
gonna say both Indestructible Cat and I have mentioned Saya Yamamoto, but like the fact that we can't get over, you know, this really shitty conversation of, oh, anime is just for big old perverts, really takes away when something, especially something by like a woman creator, you know, wants to explore this contract and talk about sexuality. And there are shows like, you know, like Utena that handle some really interesting themes on gender and sexuality. Or on, I think Utena is more gender. It's been, I'm still working my way through it, so I'm not gonna assume I know shit.
Also, I'm not gonna say that this is like super deep or philosophical or whatever, but fucking Hataraku Saibo, which is like my favorite new anime. My favorite new anime where it's like I'm learning things about my body.
God, I can't wait to like actually introduce you to anime trash, Polhoko. I'm gonna drag you into Persona and you're gonna fucking die.
Ooh.
I know about Persona though. I looked it up. I watched some videos. It's like, it's Psychonauts, but there's demons too. Like, is that right?
No, you have to understand
really.
you have to enjoy your daily school life. We're gonna enjoy high school, Polhoko.
Yeah, it's a life sim, and then sometimes they do Psychonauts in a less interesting way.
And then they write an epilogue that pisses me the fuck off for 18 years.
I mean, Persona's fun. It has
Persona
a
4 is
lot of
18 years
problems
old.
with misogyny because of the time it was written, and also just
Persona 4
because
is not 18
this
years
is the
old.
world we live in. It has some problems with gender stuff, but
That sounds like a Persona
It's
problem.
like-
Oh, howdy.
it's comparable to. I mean, it's like you. It's not like, oh well, all the other shows I watch don't also have this problem. Like any show could have this problem from anywhere in the world.
Yep.
Of like not understanding gender and or like not letting a dude be bi, like stuff like that.
But also,
okay,
I want to
Kanji's
kind of
not
throw out that,
gay.
like,
It's a phase.
like, you can like things that have these problems, though. Like, the entire reason that I'm here is because I was talking about, maybe I'll play this game on Twitter, and some guy yelled at me about, you know, if I played this, I was bad. So here we are.
Fuck that dude.
I mean,
I mean,
I
a
think
large
if
of-
you play this and you're like, finally a game about all my fetishes, and
Oh,
but it's
boy.
okay because I said I feel guilty about them, then like, yeah, you're a bad person. But obviously that's not why we're going through this game.
Like, a lot of marginalized folks find like solace in like deeply programmatic stuff because the one or two characters that do stand out speak to them.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's my entire relationship with Persona 4. And
yeah, I love kanji a lot.
Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah.
Man,
So,
what kanji avatar says out
You're-
loud.
you're okay to like problematic stuff, but you're also have to say, oh, I should also probably seek out stuff that is not incredibly problematic as well.
With me,
I can use
with
Go
me
ahead.
being a born again Danganronpa fan, who I would not even be here. I would not even be here if I had not stumbled ass backwards into Visual Novel Book Club and we hadn't decided to do Danganronpa V3, which just got me hooked on the entire damn series. Would not be here. But that series,
We've done a lot of fun stuff.
we have. But like, I like the characters that are constantly going to be at the center of nasty online discourse. I like Toko. I like Kaito. I like Angie.
The Kaito discourse breaks my heart. I love Kaito.
Yeah. Like,
Should
I
make a-
like Korikyo.
Like, we all expect the Kokichi discourse, but
Well,
I didn't-
Kokichi's
I
just a
didn't know
little
there would
shit.
be-
I mean,
Yes.
I mean, just heads up, we've got somebody that's still playing through it, but I think it's safe to say Kokichi's a little shit.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting my first taste of those kind of fandoms where it's like you've got people that deeply, deeply care about the characters, maybe to the point of it being kind of a problem.
Listen, I love Mikan Sumiki, okay?
Yeah.
I can't help myself.
We all loved Mew in the play in the NBC. We all loved her like right off the bat.
No, we did immediately. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Danganronpa has this weird thing where they will try to make characters, they'll write them to be the least likable. And in this game, they tried to make Monica the least likable, which I think they succeeded. But
Monica's
then
a piece of shit.
Monica, which the fan base refers to as Broccoli Satan. But then they had Oren said that they ran a character poll in Japan for V3, and they were trying to make Mew like dead last, but she wound up being like top 3 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, because
feel like
she's so over the top unlikable that it loops back around to like you're just trying too hard.
I feel like I gave that character maybe not a fair shake solely on the fact that she's voiced by Wendy Lee. I should stop playing that game in English.
I always play him in English.
Oh, it's got an alright English dub. It's just like Wendy Lee as a voice actress is a very long running joke between me and another friend that has maybe devolved into me not liking it when she plays characters who aren't older women.
What kind of characters does she usually play?
Faye Valentine.
Oh shit. Okay.
And,
oh my god, that makes perfect sense.
Have you seen the Big O?
Yes.
She is Angel.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
There you
so
go.
like it's really weird, especially when my favorite roles from that character are her as like older, like mature women, and then I hear her voice come out of like a teenager, and it's just kind of weird.
A sexually inappropriate teenager.
Yeah, that's the other part of that too. But like, it's Miyu's fine. I just don't like her. I don't like her English voice actor.
You probably should not watch Penny and Stocking then.
Oh, I've seen Panty and Stocking.
Yeah, Wendy Lee is like. I think she voices Stocking? I don't
No,
know.
she doesn't. That is, if I'm not mistaken, those might be the two ladies who played the Johnny Test sisters.
Y'all are getting too far into this for me. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think we're
Alright.
wrapping up
Yeah,
here
I think-
too.
I'm
I
still
think this is
fascinated
the-
by Ultra Despair Girls. Like I'm just fascinated to see, like, to evaluate it on what and try to figure out like what the intention was and then how that was executed, and then also like what are all the readings that you could have of it other than perhaps the original intent. And yeah, but also like I don't know. I think I'm just getting too old for this shit. Like I'm not sitting here like being horrified by what's going on. I'm just like that's disappointing. But,
Well,
like,
yeah, you
it's
can't
not,
have an
you know.
over-the-top reaction to everything.
Yeah, it's just disappointing, and you know I am.
Or maybe it could also be that living in horror world, we've kind of just become numb to some things.
I do wonder about that a little bit sometimes. because it's almost like sometimes it can almost feel like a respite because it's so obviously fake that no matter what sort of horrible real world thing it references, you can still like kind of take a step back and be like it's fake.
I can
even stuff that might be triggering otherwise.
I can say as someone who has experienced this at 2 parts in my life. The first when I was like early 20s, and now that I'm like late 20s. So like I played this game when it came out. I played it on the Vita and just was like, oh, I love Resident Evil 4 and I love Danganronpa. I'm sure this would be a good fucking time. And just...
It sure was a time.
Yeah, it sure fucking was. I think the difference now, especially back then, is like running through a lot of this, like I was at a point where I was maybe burnt out on that media, and like everything here was like, it left a bad taste in my mouth. Like it was hard to stomach some of it. Whereas now, with like, especially with the state I'm in, I'm fucking tired. Like I've kind of experienced the, man, I'm real fucking tired of this nonsense a lot with some things this year. Like I've written a lot about, man, I sure have some fucking problems with Persona 5 and Persona 4 at 25 that I didn't when I was younger. And like I think this game is very problematic, but it's like there was a talk earlier about compromised media and like how especially like people, you know, queer people, myself included, have to approach compromised media sometimes and are willing to see past some of that because there are characters and things that resonate with us. And moving back, like Toko's anxiety and like how she presents herself and like those kind of parts of her character are things that I personally do kind of like. That's one of those things that with that character that I do kind of empathize with. And just like, it's just there are some things about compromised media that I'm willing to work with, and this has its things, but I think that it's just so fucking sloppy and so ham-fisted with everything that it wants to be that it's exhausting.
Yeah, I want to wait till I see the full game to get my full judgment, but as it stands...
I will say I'm not as exhausted as with this. Like this is definitely up there in terms of exhausting, but I recently watched Fate, the first Fate.
Yeah, you have some feelings about Fate.
Wait. Was it fucking and I'm not gonna drag this out because I'm not gonna drag this out. Which one was
we have a separate channel for that, so you remember that?
Yeah, I sure do remember shit posting for 3 hours and getting yelled at. That was real funny.
Why do I not remember the first Fate? Not Stay Night, but the one before that.
Zero?
Fate Zero?
Fate Zero, yeah. Fate Zero. I watched Fate Zero. And that is a series that deals with not only child abuse, but unpunished child abuse that is not even called, I mean, it's like barely called wrong.
Yeah.
It's like just for shock value. And I think this is one baby step better than that.
I will tell you that if you want that punishment payoff, the new Fate movies kind of deal with. I'm guessing you're talking about the character of Sakura, and
yeah,
the Fate movies that are currently out are adapting what's called the Heaven's Feel chapter, which deals with her, and a lot of Heaven's Feel is written with, or a lot of Fate Zero leads into themes that are covered in Heaven's Feel, but also fuck Fate.
Yeah.
I mean, I've recommended Fate Zero to people, and the main reason I recommend that is for character dynamics.
Well, yeah, then there's everything that happens between Waver and Iskandar, which is great and beautiful,
yeah, no, that's
and I love it. And like, I want just that part of the show. And then also a spin-off of
Unlimited
Kira and
Blade
Gilgamesh
Works.
living together.
Wow, we
Let me
could
talk to you about Unlimited Blade Works.
I've seen like all the Fate anime at this point, so I've seen Unlimited Blade Works. I love that the fandom is mad that is this a spoiler? Is this a spoiler that the bad guy loses in Unlimited Blade Works? People are upset that the bad guy lost. I fucking love it.
Oh.
I mean, considering what happens
think...
in Fate Zero, I guess the bad guy losing is just...
Shiro is like the fucking blandest glass of water with no ice.
I thought that, and then I watched Fate Apocrypha, and I think there's competition in this bland feast for all of the protagonists.
I'm gonna throw a very harsh declaration there that 95% of the men in Fate are not interesting, and all of the character comes from a very powerful female cast. We talked to you about my good friend Taiga Fujimura.
I don't know. I love Saber and her interactions with Kiritsugo because they just absolutely hate each other.
They do, and like I make a lot of jokes that are just like, Saber is so fucking boring. Please stop talking about her. The only thing she's not boring in is in Phase Zero.
Also, I think Pola's trying to desperately get us to stop.
I know, but also Saber and Earsfeel.
I mean, I would love to follow you down this, but A, I have no idea what any of you are saying.
No, don't. Never do that.
And B, I'm getting burnt out. So
don't watch Fate. It's bad. Nobody should watch it.
The last thing that I will say is that... Remember how many jokes I've made about, don't ever fucking play Sayano Uta, don't listen to them fucking tell you about it, don't do it. Yeah, that was written by the same fucking person who did Phase Zero.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. We've got this in-joke where Seth is our anime correspondent, and he's telling us what not to do.
I can't believe anyone ever told Slow Beef to play Sayano Uta.
Here's the thing, though. Slow Beef is just an innocent, naive. Like, he's gonna get a recommendation. Oh, I guess I'll play it, and you've got to be there to tell him no.
I'm gonna be really honest and say this: while I would never, in good conscience, ask Slow Beef to play Song of Saya, boy howdy, I would pay an uncomfortable amount of money to watch that man go through Fate Stay Night. I think that would be
we're not playing Fate. I can't even bring myself to trick them into playing Fate.
That's a million years long, too. So
I'm trying to rig him to play Danganronpa 2 at some point. That might be the best you're gonna get from me, Seth.
I feel like I have one time that I can trick the rest of the podcast into playing some bullshit, and I'm not wasting that on Fate.
No, if you're gonna go there, like, pick a good bullshit game.
I might waste it on Magical Diary.
That sounds rad. What is that?
Anyway, we gotta wrap this
Magical
up.
Diary Horse Hall.
I am tired.
I can't believe we got Slow Beef to play School Days. I'm so glad that I can say that and at least 2 people here know what the fuck just came out of my mouth.
You want to hear something really bad about that? I watched the anime of that with my sister. That was a weird time.
I watched that anime in a hotel convention, or in a hotel room at an anime convention with some friends.
Oh, the only real way.
That's one of the times The Weekend Warrior came out.
Oh, right.
that incredibly bad cocktail.
Oh, God. Oh, that really takes me back. That makes me nostalgic for college.
I'd say I'm nostalgic for college, but I just re-enrolled.
Oh, wow. My condolences.
Yeah,
I spent a lot of my college time with my bi friend trying to... And we would watch the Yuri anime, Strawberry Panic, and she was like, eh? Eh?
Oh, God.
My apologies to past me. She was right.
It's alright. Past Seth has some fucking things he has to answer for. We all have some things that our past selves had to answer for.
I don't know about you guys. I'm pure as the driven snow.
Pola is the pure member of Visual Novel Book Club.
I'm the heart. I'm the healer.
I have some really bad news about what I'm going to do to this poor boy.
He's a bad influence.
You're the Flash to our Justice League. You keep all of us honest.
Has Seth recommended that you play Muv-Love at some point?
I would not. That's not even a thing. I don't even want to play that fucking thing.
I only knew about that series because he told me about it.
Oh yeah! No, I have some fucking capital T thoughts on it that I'm not gonna go into here. But fuck that game and fuck the people who like it.
Anyway, good night, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Seriously
anime.
though,
fuck anime.
it was
Anime
a
wasn't
real
the same.
treat. It was a real treat to have Divac and Indestructible Cat on here as we kind of debriefed and unwound and let off some steam and talked about what we like about the game and what we think might be better, and we bullshit about anime. It was really fun.
Yeah.
I feel really comfortable in saying that if both of you want to experience kind of the final legs of this journey with us, I'm happy to have either of you. Or
Anytime. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, thank you. It always depends on what else I have to do the night that I'm watching this.
Yeah, usually if you just message me the night before, give you a good
Yeah,
answer.
we're busy people. We have schedules, but I'll see if I can make it happen. Maybe we can just plan another Sunday night.
It's not like I'm the reason that this got delayed as much as it did or anything.
No, I mean, this is just... Honestly, it felt like we were putting it off more than anything. Where it's like, it's your fucking homework. It's, oh god, I gotta play the
To be fair,
Kotoko chapter.
Looking at the chapter you played, yeah, I understand why you would put that off.
That was one of the things, like, that's why I was super adamant on we need to fucking get...
just blitz through it. But I'm glad that we did, because we had this little fun moment. It was fun.
Oh,
It's
we've been
important
doing
to
this.
debrief stuff. I mean, we don't come across it very much on date night Tuesdays, me and Sharpslight, but when we do,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
talk about stuff and debrief stuff.
Does anybody want to plug anything here? You guys can.
Tune in Tuesday night at 8 Central, whatever that is your time, for date night on twitch.tv/Chorpsaway, where me and Chorpsaway play a visual novel every week. Right now we're playing Starry Skies, which is a game where you're in high school and you date 3 boys based on 3 different astrological signs, and the boy that's based on my astrological sign is good and we're dating him, and the one based on Chorpsaway's astrological sign is bad and we hate him, and it's great.
Yeah, I don't have anything to plug other than my Twitter, I guess.
Well, hey, Indestructible Cat on Twitter. Lots of good posts on that Twitter site.
Oh, I don't ever post good things on Twitter. So.
No, I shit post.
Thank you for that.
Speaking of, you can find me on Twitter at SethSeries, MKII. At some point, me and one Indestructible Cat are going to be taking a look at the PS4 version of Uppers on some streams. I also want to plug my good friend at Space Queen Emily. She's going to be doing some streams here coming up in the next week. She's also a very lovely lady to follow on the internet.
Yes. So that's it, guys. We will see you next time for more Ultra Despair Girls, and of course, probably some more Danganronpa before that. So, good night.
Okay, good night.